Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my summer TBR for 2023. I know I do not look very summery, I'm wearing a hoodie, but summer is almost here. It's getting warmer, and I'm very excited. I love reading summery books in the summertime. So a lot of my favorite books are summer romances, so I just love this season. It is summer romance season, and I have a stack of summer books that I'm excited to read. And I want to tell y'all what my summer TBR is, and y'all should comment down below what are some books on y'all's summer TBR, or what are some books you're excited for that come out this summer. Okay, so starting off. First off, I have The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kaur. This is not particularly summery in any way except for the fact that it says the sun in it. I love Ruby Kaur's poetry. I'm not sure if it is her most famous, but it's definitely one of her most famous poetry books. I read Milk and Honey and Homebody, and I really liked both of those. So I'm excited for this one, and it feels summery. There are flowers, and the sun is in the title. So I'm definitely gonna try to read this summer, and this is a quick read since it's poetry. Okay, next I have One Italian Summer, which I've seen everywhere. One Italian Summer is about Katie, whose mom, Carol, dies, and she dies right before their trip to Italy, their 2-week trip to Italy. But Katie decides to go alone to Italy, and she sees her mom, but her mom is 30 years old. So basically it's a book about grief. Okay, the next book is The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. I don't know anything about this book. I just know that Sarah Dessen is very popular for her young adult romances, and I didn't read the book along for the ride, but I watched the Netflix film. The Netflix film wasn't my favorite, but I could see it being a book, and I could see the book being very good, but I had already watched the movie, so I didn't want to go back and read the book. But on Goodreads, Goodreads said that this was Sarah Dessen's most popular book, and I think a lot of them take place during the summer. Yes. Okay, this one takes place during the summer as well. And so it sounds really good. I want to try more Sarah Dessen, because I say more. I've never read a Ellen Hildebrand or Sarah Dessen book, but they both sound really good. So I think I'd like those authors. Next up is The Odds of Loving Grover Cleveland. I found this book because it was probably like 2 years ago. I read the book Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett, and I loved that book. It was so good. I loved how it took place like while camping, because I personally love to camp, and so that made it so good, and I really liked it. So on the app Likewise, where you can kind of get book recommendations from other people, I said, does anyone know any books that are like the book Starry Eyes? And a bunch of people said this one, which is The Odds of Loving Grover Cleveland. So basically this is about Xander and Cassie, and they both go to this camp that I think it's a summer camp for at-risk teens, and they start opening up to each other, and I think they have a romance at this summer camp. But it sounds really good because it takes place during camping, and it's not just summer camp, but I think they like have to sleep in tents, so it's like real camping. And so this sounded really good, very summery. Next is Song of Achilles, which I've had on my bookshelf for about 3 years, and people have been talking about it for about 3 years, and it is still waiting to be read. And so this is the year, this is the summer that I'm actually going to read this. I think it takes place over summer, that's what I've been told, and so I think I'd appreciate it more if it was summertime when I was reading it, so I'm finally going to read this. Yeah. I think everyone knows what this is about. It's about Greek mythology. Okay, next is The Infinity Between Us. This essentially kind of sounds like The Summer I Turned Pretty. Not to be rude, I'm not saying one book copied the other or anything. I think that's a popular plotline, but I loved The Summer I Turned Pretty, and so when I saw someone compare this to The Summer I Turned Pretty, I immediately was like, need to read it. It's a best friends to lovers, And one summer, everything changes, and it's between Violet and Will. It kind of sounds like Love in Other Words, you know, like that summer romance vibe. It also kind of sounds like Every Summer After. But basically, something happens between the two one summer, and it just ruins everything. But then 5 years later, they see each other again, and, you know, second chance romance. But it looks like a pretty quick read, but I'm very excited for this. If it's like The Summer I Turned Pretty, then I'm bound to like it, or Every Summer After. Love in Other Words wasn't my favorite, but it was still good. I liked the plot line for the most part. Okay, lastly is Kisses and Croissants, which is this cute little YA romance that is set in Paris. And basically it's about Mia, who she's destined to be a ballerina. Like, that is her life's dream. But then she gets to Paris for, she goes to a summer in France to pursue said dream, and she realizes it's a lot harder than she thought it's going to be. And then she meets Louis, but she has a summer romance with this person named Louis in Paris, which sounds great. One of my favorite books is Anna and the French Kiss. It was so good. That was a 5-star read for me. I really liked that book, and this sounds similar to it. So any book set in like a foreign country in Europe automatically sounds good. Like, I loved Love and Gelato, Love and Olives. There's one book. Oh, A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. That's a good, great book set in Europe. But yeah, any of those books. That is my summer TBR for summer 2023. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all got some book recs, some things to maybe add to y'all's TBR. Yeah, and I'm probably going to start one of these books today because I'm very excited. Even though it might not be officially summer yet, but it's summer in my heart. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.